Hello and welcome to another episode of Codesign with me, Francis, and Karl. I should say Professor Karl.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
You gave your first lecture today on the importance of teamwork for co-design. Or am I getting it upside down?
Well, it was about teamwork to develop new medical technology, yes indeed.
But it didn't center on co-design though.
Well, co-design is part of the process to develop the new medical technology, so definitely part of it.
Okay, but how would you relate co-design to teams? You don't need to be a team to start a co-design project.
Well, so when you're co-designing something like a medical technology, it's better to have people you're working together that you work well in a team. So in that sense, it's better to have good teamwork in that process. It's not necessary. You can also have a good collaboration without being really a team.
And I imagine that in kind of well-oiled teams or old teams, it might be difficult to get to a good co-design process if they know each other too well, if they have too many fixed kind of habits.
Yeah, so depending on the process and the project, it's better to have people who are really diverse and people notoriously stick to their old habits and their old friends and their comfort zone. So if you don't push people into diverse teams, they will naturally fall back on just people they know, and they won't necessarily, maybe not necessarily have the best team that they could possibly form for a project.
Very interesting. Let's now switch to tasting coffee. That we just did. How did you like your 19.5 gram coffee?
So there's something I am fundamentally misunderstanding, is why the Associazione di Caffè d'Italia has proclaimed that an espresso has to be 7 grams. However, in the rest of the world, people seem to disagree on that. So my question is, why do people serve coffees of 20 grams, still call it an espresso, and others don't? I mean, it's a difficult question.
I picked the 21 gram option. That was like, it jumped from €2.60 to €3.30. So for that additional, what is it, 1.5 grams, that was quite a raise in the price. I did enjoy the taste. It was at the, how was it called? Old School?
Coffee company.
Coffee company.
Yeah.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Good coffee. The quality seemed.
The quality seemed okay, but it does make you wonder why you need 7 grams. I mean, in my opinion, I prefer to use 7 grams if it's possibly they in the past, when coffee was more expensive and more difficult to get, you would try to make a coffee with the least amount of coffee, and I guess that's good enough. But personally, I prefer drinking coffee with less caffeine. So for me, I prefer the 7 gram standard.
I completely agree on this. Mostly because I'm a cheap bastard, but also if we continue to consume this much coffee, it's going to be difficult. We have to cut on gas and coffee, I guess. Do you agree?
I think this is the best way forward. Sustainable coffee drinking starts with a 7 gram.
Yes.
7 gram shots.
Less is more. Try to get the most out of less. See you next time.